lawfare. And that's what opened my eyes. I mean, I'm a hard asset guy. My entire life has been building real, hotels, golf courses, real estate buildings, right? Commercial buildings, etc. That's what I've done. If there's anybody's eyes who shouldn't have been open to the world of cryptocurrency, it was mine, other than I realized the power that these banks had, and I realized how they were exerting that power, and they were canceling businesses all over our country. It was political. It was forced. They were targeting people that they didn't like. It wasn't fair. And then you realize that there's not a single thing that those banks do that can't be done better, cheaper, more efficiently, faster on blockchain. I mean, why is it that the modern financial system runs, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Why is it, Maria, that if you want to go get a loan and you've been banking with a certain bank for 30 years, it would probably take you 100 days to go do it, and you'd be filling out antiquated paper forms? It doesn't make sense, right? And again, yeah. That's why I fell in love with crypto, and I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value. Immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and something we're really excited about.
Hey, what's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Imagine this: you wake up, you check your portfolio, and something feels off. The market's buzzing, headlines are flying, but you're not sure what's real, what's hype, and what's about to change everything. Sound familiar? That's the crypto world for you. Exciting, chaotic, and full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on 3 massive stories that could shift your strategy and your profits if you know how to play them right. First up, we're going to be talking about XRP just hit a milestone that's got everything talking. Could this be the spark that sends it soaring? Then Circle, the stablecoin giant, just filed for an IPO this April. Why does this matter for your wallet? And hold up, Trump's family is diving deeper into crypto with a mining venture that might go public. What's the catch? Here's the deal. The crypto markets move fast, and if you blink, you might miss the next big move. So stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll break it all down for you. Simple, no fluff, just facts that you need to stay ahead. Plus, if you hang tight until the end, I've got a bonus sneak peek for you of our Altcoin Pro University, where we've been crushing it with picks and strategies that actually work for our team. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news, make sure you subscribe to us today. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. Today, we will also be jumping over to x.com to find out all the breaking news in the financial world today. We will also jump into the charts at the end of the video to check out XRP. Had a nice push up today, bouncing off one of our resistance levels. We'll cover support and resistance, short-term and long-term momentum waves for XRP. We'll check out the upcoming financial news today with some really great news, and we'll cover this in today's video as well. But first, let's head over to CoinMarketCap and check out the overall health of the crypto market today. The current market cap is at 2.71 trillion. It's down 1.8% after a serious spike to the upside. The total crypto market cap started making a run towards the $2.8 trillion during the huge announcement of Trump's tariff situation. We do have $106 billion worth of volume. Fear and Greed Index coming in at 29. And remember, this is coming off of our recent lows of Fear and Greed all the way down at 15 as of March 10th. So we are starting to make the march to the upside. Last week, we were up at 34. Obviously, we had a pullback already early in this week. Today, we're at 29. Yesterday was at 24. Altcoin season index still looking horrible right now. We are currently sitting in Bitcoin season. Yesterday was a 15. Today, we're up 1 point to 16. But Bitcoin dominance continues to lead the way. 61.9%, up 1.39% today. And in one of the most unfortunate scenarios that has been playing out this week is the lack of flows into the Bitcoin ETFs. It has all been to the downside this week. Minus 93 million the first day of the week. Minus 61 million, and yesterday minus 157 million. Now remember, we were on track. We had 2 nice moves to the upside 2 weeks in a row. 627 million 2 weeks ago. Last week, 196 million to the upside. Bitcoin started making a little bit of a price move to the upside, but so far this week already down $219 million for the Bitcoin ETFs. Now checking in on the top 5 trending coins according to CoinMarketCap today. Bitcoin at number 1, Solana at number 2, Pi at number 3, EOS at number 4, and Link wrapping it up at number 5. Top 5 cryptos by total market cap. We got Bitcoin at number 1, 1.6 trillion. Ethereum at 224 billion. Tether at 143 billion. XRP at number 4 at 121 billion. BNB at 85 billion, number 5. And Solana wrapping up number 6 at 64 billion. And we cover these 6 because obviously Tether being a stablecoin. Taking a look at forexfactory.com, the important news for financials this week. The PMI came out yesterday. It was lower than expected, so bad news. JOLTS job openings also lower than expected, bad news. But today, huge news, huge beat on the non-farm payroll employment. Expectation was 118,000, came in at 155,000. And if you're wondering what is the non-farm payroll, it's job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. ADP analyzes payroll data for 25 million workers to derive employment emotions. Redo that last part. To derive employment growth estimation. And the usual effect of how it works, the actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So it's good for the United States dollar as a whole. And also today was President Trump speaking. Tomorrow is going to be the unemployment claims coming out at 5:30 a.m. and then also PMI at 7 a.m. So we will update you with that information tomorrow as well. Tune in. Jumping over to X.com, what's breaking today? First off, $50 million worth of RLUSD has minted at the Treasury. RLUSD now coming in nearly at 3 RLUSD market cap coming in at nearly $300 million, currently sitting at $293 million. And over on CoinMarketCap, when you take a look at stablecoins as a category, RLUSD now coming in at number 10 in the stablecoin category, 220 based off of all tokens available. Just in today, Fidelity launched the no-fee retirement plan for U.S. adults to invest in Bitcoin. This is huge, major news for all of those normies out there that want to be involved in crypto but are scared to actually buy straight legit crypto. Now they can be involved through their retirement account. Also coming out today, Ripple escrow unlocked. The whole amount was unlocked, but it was then re-locked back up. So April, 700 million locked back up in escrow. An interesting pattern has come to light here, which is really interesting. In April 24, it was 800 million, May, June, July, August, September, and October, all 800 million. But not November coming in at 530 million, which this is interesting to me because that is when the kickoff of our bull run happened and we had an absolute explosion to the upside. So what's the correlation here? I'm going to continue trying to dig in and find that for us. But in 2025, all of the unlocks have gone smooth and then they've also been re-escrowed for XRP. And also breaking, Monica Long says institutional demand for XRP and RLUSD is unlike anything we've seen. She knows something.
There are many use cases now, very successful investment use cases. And I won't go through these in detail other than to say very briefly that there are good reasons why a lot of value is being captured. So if you look at number one, as I already mentioned, we need infrastructure to allow for the digitalization of finance and commerce. And that's being created by companies with names like Anchorage and Fireblocks and Kraken and so on. And these are digital custodians or wallets or marketplaces. And we're investors in all of those, are ones that we show as examples here. In terms of monies and commodities and assets, the same thing is true. We're taking things like SWIFT or Visa or MasterCard, and we're upgrading them into digital equivalents, which have names like Ripple or Yellow Card. And we're digitalizing monies like the US dollar into things like Tether and Circle, and we're an investor in Tether and Circle as well. At the commodity level, we can take gold, and you can buy and sell gold physically or through derivatives like ETFs. But we're now tokenizing gold, so you can buy and sell gold over digital wallets and digital infrastructure with things like Pax Gold. So we can do it with traditional commodities. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are new to the world commodities, and we were early investors in them as well. And then you can do it with any other asset. So we can actually take any asset, like the example here, a money market fund from BlackRock. We can tokenize that and make that money market fund called BULL be available in digital infrastructure anywhere in the world, 24/7. And that's why BlackRock's so excited by the tokenization of other real-world assets.
Smoke on X says, yes, Swift is being upgraded to Ripple. Check, listen closely. And in big news today, Ripple's stablecoin goes live on Kraken. RLUSD is now available for trading and integrated into Ripple's payments platform as its market cap's near 250. And as you saw today with that new $50 million additional mint, we're now closer to $300 million total market cap. FTX will start repaying major creditors on May 30th using $11.4 billion in cash reserves. Small creditors have already begun receiving payments. And in some huge news, a stock versus crypto, or not versus, but kind of a merger. like we're seeing at a MicroStrategy or Strategy. Just in, GameStop completes its $1.5 billion stock offering. GameStop now has $1.5 billion to buy crypto. They're saying Bitcoin, maybe they dabble in some other stuff, but they do have cash to buy. And when we're talking about the Circle IPO, which we're going to get into the article here in just a moment, understand why Circle is perhaps the most valuable company in the world in 10 years. They have zero cost for infrastructure. They use the public blockchain, Solana and Ethereum primarily, where they issue their USDC token backed by short-term US treasuries. They make a fee on every single dollar transaction with almost no expenses, plus the yield from the underlying treasuries. Compare this to like Amazon that has to purchase leases, computers, staff, maintain and operate at massive data center networks with tens of thousands of staff, machines, power, and constant upkeep, upgrades, and maintenance. Circle has zero of that. Circle and Tether are the most profitable companies in the world based their overhead. If Circle IPOs, Tether is next. These are the new super banks of the next century. And now we can also add on top of that, I mean, a lot of these people that are Bitcoin maxis never want to talk about XRP in any way. But now that we're starting to see some real potential with RLUSD, they could also be coming into play with this. And then that also goes back to the fact that Ripple's talking about doing their IPO in the future as well. And as we saw in the introduction as well, just in, Eric Trump says major companies are now hoarding Bitcoin on their balance sheet and predicts explosive growth ahead for crypto. And along with that, we did see this video here in the intro. Eric Trump, there's not a single thing that the banks do that can't be done cheaper, more efficiently, and faster on a blockchain. And major bullish for crypto as well. MasterCard is building a blockchain-powered payment network targeting banks and consumers for seamless fiat to crypto transactions. So since we're talking so much about stablecoins, before we jump into the XRP headline, I want to cover this right here. USD stablecoin issues a potential go public or IPO, and their ticker is going to be CRCL. The USDC issuer is planning to list a Class A common stock under the symbol CRCL, according to its April 1st S1 registration statement with the SEC. Circle's prospectus does not detail the number of shares to be offered or what the initial public offering target price will be. The filing also showed that Circle brought in $1.67 billion in revenue in 2024, a 16% year-over-year increase. Its net income last year was $155 million, a 41% from the fall of 2023, while 2022 saw a net loss of $761 million. The filing also showed that Circle paid nearly $908 million in 2024 to maintain distribution partner Coinbase to circulate USDC on its crypto exchange. The hefty cost means Coinbase is making more money off USDC than Circle. The high cost partially explained why Circle's revenue increased while its EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, and net income fell in 2024, said Van Eck, head of digital asset Matthew Siegel. Over 99% of their revenue last year came from stablecoin reserves, the filing showed, and the company generates part of its income by holding yield-bearing treasury bills. Circle holds $6.2 million worth of Bitcoin, $5.6 million of SUI, and over $3.3 million of Ether, while also holding SCI, Aptos, and Optimism. The firm has previously attempted to go public via an SPAC or SPAC merger in 2021, which it abandoned in 2022, and again in January 2024 via confidential filing with the SEC. Crypto exchange Kraken and blockchain security firm BitGo are among the other industry players also reportedly seeking a public listing either this year or 2026. Circle became the first stablecoin issuer to receive regulatory approval in Japan on March 25th, launching USDC on the SBI VC Trade crypto exchange the following day. USDC is the second largest stablecoin by market cap at $60 billion, trailing only Tether at $143 billion. So interesting plays coming out of the cryptocurrency world going into traditional finance with their underlying company going public. Will Circle explode during an IPO? Speaking of IPOs, Trump-affiliated crypto mining venture mulls an IPO as well. American Bitcoin was born from a deal involving members of Trump's family and Hut 8, a Bitcoin miner. American Bitcoin Corp, a Trump family-backed crypto mining operation, has plans to raise additional capital, including through an initial public offering, according to an April 1 report from Bloomberg. On March 31st, Hut 8, a publicly traded Bitcoin miner, acquired a majority stake in the American Bitcoin, formerly American Data Centers, whose founders include Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. After the deal announcement, Hut 8 transferred its Bitcoin mining equipment into the newly created entity, which is not yet publicly traded. While American Bitcoin will focus on crypto mining, Hut 8 plans to target data center infrastructure for use cases such as high-performance computing. The deal evolves Hut 8 toward more predictable, financeable, low-cost and capital segments, Asher Janut, CEO of Hut 8, said in a statement. So this goes along Donald Trump is trying to do and make us the crypto capital of the world, but also the AI crap capital of the world. And they go on to say, so you can see in the long term as two sister publicly traded companies, one is that the energy infrastructure data centers and the others, the Bitcoins, ASICs, and reserves, and together they form vertically integrated company that has some of the best economics out there. And here's the Bitcoining mining revenues per quarter sourced from Coin Metrics. In the orange, you can see the block subsidies, so the blocks that were actually mined. And then in the blue, you can see transaction fees. The numbers for Q1 of 2025 are out, and it's over $3.6 billion. Bitcoin miners are increasingly pivoting towards alternative business lines, such as servicing artificial intelligence models after the Bitcoin network's April 2024 halving cut into the mining revenues. Miners are diversifying into AI data center hosting as a way to expand revenue and repurpose existing infrastructure for high-performance computing. So 2025 is shaping up to be an explosive year for underlying crypto communities, not just the coins that are cryptos, but also the parent companies going public and making big deals. XRP just achieved this impressive feat. XRP has managed to score 4 consecutive monthly closes above its earlier monthly peak that was recorded in 2017. In 2017, the peak was $1.96, and it was a long-standing resistance level for the major altcoin. It took roughly 7 years for XRP to finally overcome it amid its massive surge in the fourth quarter of 2024. In January, XRP substantially extended its rally, logging current peak monthly close at $3.03, and the enthusiasm was fueled by pro-crypto U-turn in the U.S. former SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who was the main nemesis of the XRP community, was then replaced by a crypto-friendly acting chairman Ueda. However, XRP's momentum then faded in February, and the excitement surrounding the token's possible inclusion in the cryptocurrency stockpile announcement by the U.S. government. As of recent, it has plunged to its lowest levels of 2025, and this indicates that retail investors might have soured on the high-flying altcoin. The Ripple-linked cryptocurrency was also recently underperforming on other major altcoins. Yet XRP has started April out on a high note, spiking by 3%. It remains to be seen whether the token will be able to revive its bullish momentum in April as risk assets continue to underperform due to global trade tension. It will need a powerful bullish catalyst that could help buck the broader bearish trend. All right, so jumping into the XRP chart, currently trading at $2.09. Let's take a look at what they were talking about as far as the monthly high. So if we go back to 2017 and we grab a horizontal line and we attach it to not the wick, but the body of the candle, which is what they're talking about, because that's when the candle actually closes for the month. And as we take a look here, the month of December closed above it, January closed above it, February closed above it, and also March. Even though it was a crazy volatile month, it still did close above this level. So we are holding strong, a very, very important support line here. Now, what is also interesting that no one really talks about is how this level right here is also essentially the corresponding level from April of 2021 when we got the high of $1.96 there. If we go ahead and take this line and get rid of it, and we zoom in on the January of 2018 line, you can see that is exactly where price hit. So it just missed the December line and it hit the January line. And it is very rare for a candle to start in a gap like that. As you can see, historically, it doesn't have any gaps at the tops there. They pretty much start and stop right where they've finished off the previous month. But so far, we have 28 days and 2 hours left in the month. Trump did do his huge announcement today on the tariff situation. We are starting to trend down as far as volume goes. We're looking here on the weekly charts. But the positive news is this level, which that April high of 2021 and the high of the body close of 2017 has still been holding as a very strong support. As we can see, we've got wicks down there. We're on the weekly chart here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different touches in this level, but rebounding every single time. And as we take a look at our spider line chart over here, which if you're not familiar with the spider lines, let me jump to the weekly. we actually took the downward candle on the weekly charts of 2018 when the drop started happening that we were just talking about. And if you draw a ray, which is one of the trading tools here, it's just a ray. The starting point is from the top of the candle of 2018, and then the center pivot point is that high from 2021. That will then draw a line out into the future. That would be a support and resistance line created from historical values. And as we take a look, it has been pretty spot on along the way, which is very, very impressive. So as you can see right now, our $2.23 level, that is resistance, that was literally just hit today and rejected off of, unfortunately, falling back down to the bottom. Our next spider line is here to the downside, is at $1.91. And unfortunately, besides the anomaly when the day that Trump announced that there was going to be XRP included in the crypto reserve, we've had consistent lower highs as far as market structure goes. We really do have to hold this level here at $1.90 if we're even going to drop that far, or else we could be in some serious trouble, potentially coming down to this level here, 99 cents. And that also corresponds with one of our weekly spider lines that comes into play there. This blue line right here is 1100 exponential moving average on the daily. The spider line here, that was also on the way up. This was a point of interest. Price bumped through there, turned it into a support before taking off to the next one. We do also have a little bit of good news here at the 4-hour level. We do have an 1100 exponential moving average that could act as a support level here. This comes in at $1.99, $2 now. We did have that at the 3-hour level. The 3-hour 1100 exponential moving average started to act as a resistance, which is why I think that we may be returning to the 4-hour level. Now, we could just continue to trade sideways as this line continues to move up, but that would require quite a few days of consolidation sideways here. Not saying it can't happen, but it could. The other interesting thing that we're taking a look at here is our momentum indicator. So when it comes to our momentum indicators, our shaft trend cycle has now reset on the daily charts to 0. It is also reset on the weekly charts to 0. Our 3-day chart still has 2 more candles, so that could take 6 to 9 days to get to the 0 level, or it could bounce off of this level and make a return to the upside. There is 1 day and 2 hours left in this 3-day candle. The last 2 times that we've reset to these lower levels, as we can see, price shot to the upside. Reset here, didn't make it all the way down to the lower level. Price shot not as powerful. Over here, got to 0, price shot up, moved to the upside. Now, the one thing that we are still struggling with is this long-term momentum indicator down here. It's our Wolfpack indicator. It's gotten up to the 0 line and didn't cross back over. So we've remained red now. Let's see, when do we stop in the red? Since February 5th, we've been in the red, so bearish on the daily. The last time we were bullish was November 9th. It turned into the green, and we started making our move to the... So unfortunately, on Liberation Day, XRP not very liberated. It went up, bounced off of its rejection level here at $2.23. Very well could be heading to $1.90 for a second time.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.
Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now.